Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of our Inspiring BA Leadership Talks. My name is Katerina Markova. I'm a Vice President of Community Development and Membership at IIBA Belarus chapter. We all know that recently, for a few years, a lot of Belarusians left their country. A lot of IT people left their country, and major part of them have found their home in Poland. Amongst them, a lot of business analysts. And today, I'm especially proud to have as our distinguished guest, Agnieszka Balcerzak, IIBA Poland chapter president. So, hi, Agnieszka.
Hi, Katerina. Nice to meet you.
So you're, as most of our guests, a lot of things. You're quite a special business analyst who made great career in business analysis. So if you talk about yourself as a professional, as a person, what would you say?
Okay, so first of all, I'm really happy to be here and thank you for the invitation. I'm really honored to have this opportunity to share a little of my story and also Poland chapter's story probably later on. I completely agree that we have a lot of people from Belarus now in Poland, and we have also, I personally also noticed that recently. So I'm really happy to have this conversation today. As for myself, as you have mentioned, I am actually a president of IIBA Poland chapter since February this year. So this is still quite a new journey for me, to be very, very honest. However, I'm also a trainer. So I train a business analyst, mainly preparing for IIBA certification at the moment, but I'm also very interested in soft skills. So this is my second topic that I'm really interested in. And I also am a mentor. I support especially women who start their new businesses and work on the strategy. I am a mentor in Poland, it's called Sieć Przedsiębiorczych Kobiet. However, you can say in English, network of entrepreneurial women. So I'm a part of this network as well. And we work on the strategy. So that's also a part of being a business analyst. However, I switched from this corporate world to more entrepreneurial world recently.
Oh, great. So you have an outstanding career as a business analyst and a mentor and so on. But how did you start it?
So I started from technical background. I graduated Warsaw Technical University, and I studied as information and decisive systems, so generally optimization and data warehouses. And I was working actually as a developer and system analyst at the beginning. And at that time, I didn't even know about such thing as BA, to be very, very, let's say, transparent here. At that time, there was no such kind of a role even in the teams that I knew. But what I did is on my first year of my studies at Warsaw Technical University, I also went to the management school. So I was studying also marketing and management. So I was doing, let's say, both business and IT at the same time. And I think this is what defines me a lot. So from the very start, I was somewhere between these two words. And even working with databases, with big warehouses, first warehouses that were implemented in big companies in Poland. That time, I was always searching to work more with people, more on a business side, to connect, to understand not only this technical word, even though I always loved data, and I also know how to programming and so on. So these are also my skills. And then I just switched to being a BA, like meantime. No, I then turned to work with business. Then I discovered IIBA and I really was the one to, in my company I was working that time, I was the one to who pushed to organize the training for BAs at that time, the very first one in our company. And after that, I passed CCBA. That was, I think, 2014. And that time I was 8th person in Poland to receive IIBA certification. So that was really new that time in Poland. And I became a big fan of business analysis that time and big fan of IIBA. After that, I was also traveling to, oh, there's my cat. I was also traveling to United States, to BPM Institute. And I was then learning about agile analysis. That was that time also very new in Poland. And I was learning about that. So that was more of my path. I was always searching something more. I wanted to learn. This is how it all began.
Sounds really captivating, and it seems that you learned from roots from IBAs and BFMN Institute. Yeah, really great. And really great that you caught all these opportunities and made maybe the most of them. If to revise your experience, what was your most memorable achievement in your career? Maybe something that boosted your career or made a pivot in it or something like
that. That's a very interesting question. And I would love to have like one good answer for that. There was just one thing, a magic one, something happened. But actually, I think that not many stories are like that. They're just a series of events that you follow, you trust, and also people around you, or sometimes mentors who pushed you in the right direction and who showed you and who also helped you to discover your what you are good at and to follow that. So you mentioned that I learned always from the roots. So this is one of my, I think, life rules, and also in my, let's say, a career. And I always try to learn from the best. So for me, it's just saving my time. If you learn from the best, you just, for me, it's saving time. Time is always the biggest value for me. So I try to find solutions that don't consume not much time, but still are at the highest quality. And I think this is what I did. And I also always trusted my gut. So I know maybe talking about intuition in business analysis is not so, let's say, I don't know how to say it, but maybe we shouldn't say this because we are business analysts. We are focused on facts, on data, but still I believe that in our careers, it's really good to just trust what we are good at and just follow our interests, and I was always trying to push into that direction, to learn a lot, always grow, find solutions, talk with people, make relationships, because I always share that business is about people. So there are lots of people who also, let's say, helped me on the way or mentored me in my companies, who believed in me. And it's always good to search for that kind of people around you who believe in you, because you will always have people who will not believe in you around you. But it's don't listen to them. Just follow your path.
Very good piece of advice.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you joined IIBA quite long ago. So, what was your motivation initially to do that?
Mm. So, as I told you, I was searching from being a system analyst, let's call it system analyst, but I was really searching for something. I was even working 1 year in the marketing team that time because I was just trying to find my place between technical world and business world. So, and I also told you that I like to learn from the best, and I like to have some standards. I usually share that you need to know the rules to know how to break them as an artist. I think Pablo Picasso said that, so I really like that quote, and I really believe that we need some standards to start from. So when I decided to move to BA role, I just wanted to find some standards. I wanted to find, let's say, a place, a community when I can grow, when I can learn from people who are better than me, who have their experience. And there is this kind of quote to build on the shoulders of giants. So you don't have to learn everything on your own, but first learn what is already there and then start to build on that. So I really am a big fan of this kind of attitude in life. And this is why I also joined IIBA, and I pushed to have the certificate to show that I know the standard, that I have knowledge, and I can implement this. Yeah. But what I later on learned about IIBA is this is what I share nowadays a lot. Is that when something starts, an idea or business, now when I know more about how it is to start your own business, I usually share that it starts from people and an idea and a willingness to do something. And with IIBA, it's the same. So I usually share that if you learn about a company, about an institution, just go and find why it was started. What are the values? What is the mission? What is the vision of the company? What are the people behind? And get to know them, get who they are, and what is their intention, where are they going? And then you know if you want to follow that or not, because what they will build will come from them. These are their decisions that will be building the company or the institution. So what I've learned is IIBA is, I mean, for me, it feels like home. People there are always like friendly. I can always count on them. So it's just a good place to be.
Got it. And as the president of the chapter, because currently you're not just a member, but a president of one of the chapters, what are your main responsibilities and tasks? What is the difference?
Yeah, it is a difference. Actually, I started in the chapter as a volunteer. So on our summit, also our past president Mateusz mentioned that, reminded me about that I also started as a volunteer. So if we are volunteers, someone is a volunteer in the chapter, you can end up to be a president as well. But it's a good opportunity to learn how the chapter operates, what are the tasks, actually how it is all going. So when I started in February, I really didn't know a lot how it will be to be a president. So we really started from, I won't say just from scratch, because there was a chapter operating in Poland, but we wanted to make some bigger initiatives there. So what I do is actually, I think I brought a lot of energy and motivation to people. So at the beginning, I had to build a team. Bring people, let's say, invite people to the chapter, to board of directors. And then we created a mentoring program and summit. So there are lots of people, as our volunteers and BODs, who are working on a specific tasks. But my responsibility was to make the biggest decisions, to make the toughest decisions, to work on strategy, on the directions. But even sometimes I was writing posts for the social media or doing things that, for example, someone didn't have time for. So I'm covering also for other VPs if they don't have ability to do something. So let's say I'm everywhere a little bit. So this is how it is like now.
Thank you for sharing it. And you also mentioned summit. So recently the IIBA Poland chapter held the IIBA Poland summit, and a lot of business analysts from Belarus participated in it. Actually, they were excited because level of organization was great, and some of them were just thrilled to have the flying event finally. Because we still remember now nightmares this pandemic period of time. So a really great event. And could you share from first hand some highlights, something that makes you proud now? Because I know that it took so many efforts from the whole team, Polish team, and from you as maybe not so accustomed president or all these things to do. So please share what you feel about it.
Thank you. So exactly. Belarusian people were like a big part of the event, and we are happy about that. So I think I should start from that the event was in English.
Mm-hmm.
That was, I think, one of the toughest decisions that we had to make. So we really discussed that for a very, very long time, and we were very hesitant about this decision. But at the end, I think that brought some international guests and also international attendees, and that was like a big benefit for people who came, who could network and really just see even more perspectives.
Thank you for your wise decision that allowed.
That was like a common decision of all of us, and actually started from the fact that one of our BOD members is from Egypt, so he's an English-speaking person. And we started to speak English in the team. So now in the team, we speak mostly in English. And that's why it also happened to have an event in English, because we discussed that if we want to shape the future for BAs also in Poland, then we need to maybe not force, but help them to learn English, to, let's say, not make it so easy for them, because without English, we truly believe it will be very hard in the future to be a BA. So especially when the artificial intelligence is arising, and we all know, I hope we all know, but that's a fact, that artificial intelligence has best responses in English. So it's better trained in English. So that was the first thing. So as talking about the summit, I think the summit's big success, like because it happened, just because of that. So I'm very proud of that. And let's say the additional things that there was so many people, that there was such a great atmosphere and such amazing feedback that we got. For me, it just, it's great, but it's a bonus thing. I just wanted from the start to have an offline event. So at the beginning, we assumed to have maybe 80 participants, to make it smaller, to just do anything. That was our goal. So it was really a small goal at the beginning. We just wanted to do anything offline. As a chapter.
And it's up with thousands of people.
Yes. So the vision really grew from month to month. And we were just trying to catch up with that and to follow this vision, the response of people, the need of people for this kind of the event. And we really tried to take care of all the details, and we had many conversations. So I may share, we just pulled lots of our hearts into preparing this event. And we are really happy that we saw so many happy, enthusiastic people there. That is, I think, for me, the biggest success. The people who are talking, who are sharing, who are excited about learning new things, who really want to grow together, want to do something significant maybe in life, who want to think big and do big things in life as well. And so this is the biggest success for me. The next big success is that we brought, it's also a story that Susan came to the event because my dream was to have someone from IIBA Global Online to share something, or just to, write online, to connect on the event. So this was our dream. This was our goal at the beginning. And when I contacted IIBA, it turned out that at the same time, Susan will be on her vacation in Europe. And she just could, she said, it's not, well, I'm in Europe, it's not far, then I can come to Poland. And we are so excited about that, and very happy. And that also gave us another boost of energy that we can really, and that was also kind of a sign that we are on the right path, that we are doing a great thing. We also had a lot of amazing speakers from Poland. For our call for speakers, we get so many responses. And I think that is also amazing, that we felt that people really want to participate, that people really want to create this event. And also the atmosphere on the dinner for speakers before the event was so amazing, so supportive. We are in this together. This is my personal goal, let's say, to really make it feel like a family, like a community, because this is what I found it. And now I also find it at the moment in IIBA, and I really wanted to bring this energy to Poland. Because as I mentioned before, I usually share that business is all about people. And we need to learn how to talk with people, also as BAs, how to connect with people, how to build the atmosphere of trust, and also how to build your character, how to be ethical at your job. I think that's very important in a BA role, because that also makes people trust you, that you are transparent with your decisions, that you do what you say, and so on. And yes, so generally, I think that's all. That's what I wanted to share from my perspective. We shared a lot about highlights on the summit on artificial intelligence, because of course that's the big topic now. We are in a disruption time, let's say. I think it can be compared to when internet show up on the world. I think this is a kind of big change we are experiencing now. I even would have cared to say that we don't yet know how it will change the world. We don't yet experience it that much, but it will, and it will change it. Like, it's a one-way ticket, let's say. Either you have it and you go with the flow, or or you just stay. And this is why we wanted to talk how to prepare. We wanted to talk about collaborative AI. We had Ola Przegalińska, who is an AI expert who connected from Harvard University and shared about collaborative AI. I think even this kind of how people collaborate with AI for BAs, it's more important, because this is where we probably will find ourselves soon. This is what I believe in. But we also had a lot of topics on soft skills, on cybersecurity, which is also very important with so much data we have, and we will have much more, or the statistics shows that. And product thinking. So we wanted just to focus on these important trends that we have in the BA role at the moment. And I think people enjoyed it, so that's the most important thing.
Oh yeah, sounds like something really enjoyable for any business analyst. And it also sounded that you made a huge job, a lot of organization, and you still had your major job that allowed you to earn money for living. How did you manage your priorities between work, personal life, and volunteering, which is mainly our IIBA responsibilities?
Yeah, so when I decided to be a president in February, let's say, I knew already that my, let's say, career will be less active in first half of the year. This is why I decided to put like lots of my efforts and even sometimes work full time to make the chapter glow. Maybe that's a better word. Because I believe that with every business, and similar with the chapter, like the most work is at the beginning, to have the visibility, to get people engaged, to show that we are not joking with our goals. We are really serious that we want to make something. And this was my like first goal. And my job at the moment allows me to, let's say, switch between different things that I have and decide what I do when. Because as I'm a trainer and mentor, I'm my own boss, so I can, let's say, arrange the time, how it's appropriate for me, and make the decision what's important for me at the particular moment, what I want to invest my time in, for instance. But on the other hand, I'm let's say I'm the lonely mother, so I am just alone with my daughter. I have 3 cats, as you have seen, one of my cats, and a dog. So there is a lot going on in my private life as well, a lot of responsibilities. My daughter is 12, so she is at school. Mm-hmm. However, I think I learned to manage, let's say, my time really well, I may say, and maybe not really manage my time, but manage my engagement in different things. So when I make a decision, I really believe in making decisions. So now it will probably change a little. Mm-hmm. So I will, let's say, now that we have built a team, we have 7 BOD members. However, we have also amazing volunteers. Some of them work with us on a daily basis and are really, let's say, engaged in a chapter life. Some of them are less engaged, but at the summit, we had 20 people from us to, let's say, organize the whole event. Mm-hmm. From our team. So let's say chapter team. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that we have now, let's say, connected with us. And we can definitely delegate work better. Now we can organize work better. We know what it means to organize a summit now. We know what it means to organize a mentoring program, and we can plan it better. So I think now it will be different a little bit for us. I also have one person. We will be working with her now to model all the processes in BPN of the chapter. So this is what also we will do to organize our work, to make it more structured. And we start to plan the next year's summit already. So that's also exciting.
Exemplary chapter work you organize. So some chapter like ours can just reuse your examples of how you organized everything. Yeah, actually, brilliant idea to create BPM charts for process.
Yeah, I think it's great because it. Let's say create some communication path, because what was for me the biggest challenge last month is to reply all the questions from the team. That was something I sometimes didn't have time for. So sometimes I was the one to have too much knowledge, and that was a big challenge for me. So don't ask the team how is it to work for me with me. So it's not always easy because, I like to do a lot of things. I'm quite organized. So I'm also a daughter of the soldier. So I have a lot of self-discipline, So sometimes they were joking about me that before the summit that I was just, don't talk to me, not now, go away. So it was also challenging. So we are all humans, and we also have different struggles. But I think that all of that created a kind of bond between now ourselves as a team. And that's something amazing. And I think that's great. And that's great about the chapter, that even though it's a voluntary work, we still want to build something together. So I hope we will go with the flow and don't stop after the summit, even though it was a lot of work. So I need to say that we really did a lot of work. Most of us has to put aside lots of their personal life or other goals to do this. But still, I think it was like worth it. We all learned a lot throughout the process. And that's something, no one can take away from us.
Got it. So yes, thank you for sharing. And I also know that you're quite fond of big competency models. So would you please share your thoughts on how it influences BA career development, why it's so important to have? So what do you think about them, and why do you find them so much?
Yeah. So that's true, Katerina. Thank you for mentioning that. I'm a big fan of BA competency model, and I share a lot about it. And I know many people, they maybe don't see that much value in this. But one of my biggest talents is to have the ability to connect the dots and to have this helicopter view of the situation, to make some strategic decisions. And this is, let's say, from the Gallup talents. If you have ever, I don't know if you have ever done that. So many people probably also know the Gallup talents. So this is one of my, let's say, most important talents, next to 3 talents connected with building relationship. And that's for me a competency model. So you can see from the helicopter view, from the strategic view, what it means to be a business analyst. I mean, it's created by IIBA, of course. But when I was on my training studies last year, that was like a big experience for me, to be honest. And I learned lots of new things there. And you need to remember that teaching is also one of the skills of a BA. And so sometimes we forget that it's not only building models or data, but it's also this kind of competencies to have to know how to learn from one group of stakeholders and to teach another one about this, to teach about models, to teach about different approaches to do things. So I learned there that HR actually create competency model for every role in the companies. And to be honest, I didn't know about that before. And when I learned about that, that was kind of a moment of an aha moment for me. That okay, if HR, they are doing this kind of models for every role and also for BAs, and there are such a big problems on the market to define the BA role in different companies. Mm-hmm. And usually it's done not in a good way. And then BAs are struggling because people around, they don't understand what mm-hmm. they should be doing. They are doing their task. They are not supposed to be doing instead of those they should be doing sometimes. And also, especially junior BAs, they have this struggle to put the boundaries of the role, to, let's say, guard these boundaries, that mm-hmm. because they also don't know what they should be doing. And this competency model is defining all of that. So you know, on every level of seniority, what in every, let's say, knowledge area, what you should be doing and how you should be doing. This is the competency model, but you also have underlying competencies in BABOK, which is part of the competency model. And we have 30 competencies. So for me, learning about that and understanding what it means, was a big, let's say, moment of growth in my career, in my life, because when I was finishing my work in a corporate, let's say, my corporate career, mm-hmm. I was mainly focused on learning methodologies, on learning models, and so on. And after that, when I was searching maybe for a different career, because I had this moment in my life when I said, I will never do BA again.
Oh, wow.
So I had this moment when I was exiting my corporate world. I was like angry at being at IT world, at being a BA. I also had many private struggles. Because I was getting divorced, I had some health issues. So I just said, I will never do it again. So I was finding for a different career. And then I started business coaching school. Mm-hmm. And wanted to work most with soft skills, with people. I got interested in entrepreneurial world. I was starting some of my businesses, and also helped other startups with creating strategy and also BA. So I was doing kind of different work that time. Mm-hmm. That taught me that the skills I've learned in the coaching school, in the training school, in entrepreneurial world, they were things that which I didn't have, and I couldn't advance my career in a corporate world. That made me so frustrated. That made me quit. That made me not have ability to grow that time. And at that time, I didn't understand that. So I came with this new perspective, let's say. And when I accepted that, I was offered to become a trainer. And then I connected, let's say, these two experiences, and I came back to being a BA. So that's kind of my story. That's why I think it's so important to have these different competencies, to really care about also behavioral characteristic, about self-discipline, about managing your time, and managing yourself as well, about self-consciousness, ethics, and communication skills, interaction skills, facilitation. And I believe that these skills will be even more important when we are entering the artificial intelligence, let's say, era or something. We can call it like that, because this is what cannot be replaced. And I truly believe in that.
Right. So yeah, it seems that you had quite great experience and exemplary leadership journey as a business analyst. So what would you advise to younger colleagues who just started their path as a business analyst?
What can I say? Go with the flow. I don't know. I'm just joking. But in our mentoring program, in a chapter, I now have 2 junior BAs that I'm mentoring.
Uh-huh.
But we also have workshops. So I have some, let's say, I'm in touch with those people, junior BAs, and I usually see them struggle with defining their roles, with finding self-confidence in the role, with knowing what they have to do. They need someone to tell them that they are doing a good job, they are going in the right direction. And this is also the reason why I'm mentioning competency model, because that can help you make great gap analysis from where you are and where you want to go. So that's definitely my first advice. And the second advice, if you are starting a career in a BA world, in my opinion, try to find a company that have bigger BA teams, when you can learn from your teammates as well. Because sometimes in the smaller companies, when you are starting as an only one BA, it's really hard to figure it out. What you are supposed to do. And I know there are also this kind of people, and they don't know, have anyone to talk to share experience, to understand them. That was also my intention, to create the community in Poland, to make them have this kind of community, to be able to talk and share. And this is also another advice. Just don't keep it to yourself. Find similar people who are doing the same. Find mentors. Find people with bigger experience, and community where you can, when you are not alone with all the problems, maybe challenges that you are facing as a junior, because we all have been there. And most of the seniors are really willing to share, to give advices, or to just connect.
Agree. And it sounds like almost everything junior BA can find in IIBA.
Oh, really? No, it wasn't supposed to be a marketing campaign.
It's one of the sources, one of the options that we can suggest.
Yeah, but that was my motivation also as a president, why I did what I did. So it's hard for me to share something else.
Yeah, also true. You mentioned through our conversations that you're really eager to learn from roots, to stay up to date with latest trends and technologies. How do you do it actually? How do you stay up to date to latest trends and technologies in the business analysis field?
So I also shared that I like to learn from the best.
Yes.
So my advice would be to just find people that you admire somehow in the different fields. Even in AI, there are lots of experts, but maybe not experts will be suitable for you. Just need to find the one that you would like to follow and listen to, and just choose few mentors, few people. You don't have to work with those mentors like on a daily basis. You don't even have to know them, but even on LinkedIn or anywhere, you can follow what they share. And this is what I do. I have a few people that I'm following. I also like to stay up to date with the IIBA information. But I also talk with people, and I think this is something that I'm even surprised that I'm sharing this, because I'm rather an introvert and a big individualist. Like, I like to work alone most of the time. I mean, in the past, this was me. I liked to work alone, and I was so I also had to learn how to work in a team, how to delegate, and how to appreciate the relationships and the conversations if they don't have a plan and then don't have a goal. Because this was me always. If I don't have a goal, then I don't have to start a conversation before. So this is also something that being in places where people talk about what's happening. So I think nowadays what I would share is that I think that's important, and just try to follow what's happening. However, I also believe that there are so many different possibilities in BA world. You can work with data, you can work with cybersecurity, you can work with product, you can work with strategy, you can be more people oriented, you can be more methodology oriented or techniques oriented. And I believe that each of us can find a place for themselves, really.
Yeah, a lot of opportunities if you're looking for them, especially. So what do you think about the future of BA profession? How do you see it?
What am I thinking about the future? So it's hard not to say about artificial intelligence. So we need to bring that to the table, probably. However, when talking about artificial intelligence, what I see is that there are two things that we can, let's say, divide it. First thing is how to use artificial intelligence in BA tasks. This is one thing. And the second thing, how to support companies in implementing artificial intelligence into their solutions. And this is, let's say, the second thing, the second type of knowledge that probably we should be interested in. And what I believe is that probably none of us can stay away from that change. I mean, probably it will be hard. We can postpone it. Maybe we can postpone it for even 3, 4, 5 years if we want. But similarly, as we all now use internet, and most of us use smartphones, and the same will happen with artificial intelligence. I know there are still people who doesn't use smartphones or internet, but most of us does. This is what I see. However, in this field, we also can distinguish like few trends which I see. So first one is definitely working with data and data analysis, because we have IoT, we have Internet of Things, we have Web 3.0 and so on. Their government is working on how to implement that. And I believe it will happen sooner or later. So if that happens, we will have like tremendous amount of data. And it's with the cost, lowering the cost of keeping the data in the systems and cost of processing the data, companies will be able to have more, to store more data and to process more data. So we will have a lot of data. So a first thing is you can work with data if you want. Second thing, when we have data, we need to have to cybersecurity. So this is the second trend, that if you are interested in that, you can go for that and work in this field. And also, there is no AI without data. Yes, so 70% of AI is to make model work, you need to have data well prepared. So these two trends definitely you can think of that. The third one is product ownership, and this is also one of the biggest trends. Many BAs switch to product ownership. So that can also be kind of idea or trend. I think also working on the strategy. I think more and more BAs will be working in the strategy field, especially those who maybe doesn't have a technical background. Also with artificial intelligence and no-code solutions, people who are not coming from technical background will be able to be a BA and work with artificial intelligence, even if they don't have programming skills. So if they learned how to about prompting, about any other no-code solutions, they will be able to work with these tools. And this is another trend that I see, that people from very different backgrounds, they are coming to BA world. So before, as I remember that, only people from business and from IT, they started to be a business analyst. Now it's so much different. And I also see it on my trainings that I have people from so different backgrounds that even sometimes I'm surprised, really. And I truly believe that this trend will continue. We will need even more BAs, people who can think about, who can choose, who can decide, who can, in this world where we have lots of information, who can judge the information, analyze it somehow, and even with artificial intelligence, giving some information to know how to analyze it and say if it's relevant. So this is what I see. A lot of work to do and a lot of opportunities for us.
Thank you for your wise view on that. And quite good summary of all the trends that we can view just in a few minutes. So thank you, Agnieszka, for this captivating conversation today, and for so generously sharing your thoughts and experience with us. Yeah, we learned a lot about you and about latest trends and about a lot of things. We truly appreciate having you as a part of our BA Leadership Talk series. And we look forward to speaking with you again in future.
Yes, thank you so much for having this opportunity. I hope that was interesting, and and many people can also have some usage from this conversation. And I hope to see you in the future.
Thank you. Bye.